Morning, everybody. Chad. Doss Farms. All right, let's check on the thing that's on everybody's mind here. Oh, old Frosty. What's up, buddy? Hey, we got some good news on you. We got some good information, too. Sure did. Wait, hang on. Look at this. Look. See this? See how it looks like a pig started right here and went that way? That's because they're eating mice. Who needs a cat? Speaking of Piggly Wigglies, though, y'all about to see the fastest food you ever seen in your life. Come on, pig. Man, look at the wheels on Dizzy. She's kicking into high gear. Hang on, we're gonna put her in 4 low, get up this hill. Come on. Somebody the other day, we refer to this as the little pasture. It's just under 4 acres. But we realize it's not little. Some of you guys are working with 4 acres and it's a lot. Until a couple years ago, 4 acres was a lot for me. Dizzy, you might, hang on. You might start with a drink. Whew. Pig. Pig. She will not get off of her trail though. Look. Whew. Hey, that's a cool trick. How in the world did she do that? She learned to open the gate. Uh-oh, we gotta go. Here, that's the rest of yours. Oh, gee whiz. Yeah, hey, whoever doesn't go back in on their own gets to go live with the pigs. Bunny Lynn. Lily, don't tease me with a good time. Whew, that was almost an emergency. Hey, babe. Bunny says Lucy did it. Lucy says Lily did it. Lily said Badonk did it. Bunny's still out. You can't be here. You got to go. No, see, you gotta go. You gotta go that way. Come on, be a good cow. Be a good cow. Oh my goodness. Stay. Okay. Come on, Bunny. Come on. You can do it. I have faith in you. I know there's a big hole there because I buried your water line. Come on. You can do it. There we go. No, so you got to go inside the gate. Yeah, there we go. Whew. Why? Why? You know, when you hit 40, your doctor starts talking to you about blood pressure and all that stuff. Mine told me, quit alcohol, quit pop. So I did. I haven't had any alcohol since September 3rd. I quit pop about a week later. And I haven't had an energy drink since August 18th of 23. But they don't ask you nothing about cows. Well, I have a screenshot I can put right here.
Okay, so there is DiaQ electrolytes, or whatever it's called. You see the bag. Recommended to us. And you can mix it with the milk replacer. With the other electrolytes, you can't. But this one, you can actually mix it in.
Amana, Purina, they all make their own. But all of those have to be mixed with water and fed separately.
Yeah.
And since we don't have the luxury of feeding separately because he's actually been reluctant to feed, we went with the DiaQ,
Makes me nervous.
which you can mix in. I'm going to say this quick, fast, and in a hurry because I don't want to call anybody out. Remember when Glory bagged up and looked like a nightmare and mastitis waiting to happen? And everybody screamed at their internet machines that we were not doing it right. So we messaged a veterinarian. We messaged our friend Andrea at that Fit Advocate. We messaged Lone Rock, and we found out she had a history of mastitis. We don't neglect our animals. Now, I know sometimes thumbnails and things like that can tug on your heartstrings. They're supposed to. Last night when we finished, and I had to upload, because you guys know I upload every single day. He's really liking that stuff. He has no idea there's medicine in there. Can we get the boys DiaQ?
Right?
But when we uploaded, he had not eaten yet. He ate shortly after, but what are we supposed to do? We can't amend the video before it goes out. We have to wait. This is a daily vlog.
So you guys saw a thumbnail that he wasn't eating, but while we were premiering the video and as you guys were watching it, he had already ate and he was chasing me around and he ate the bottle just fine. But that's the problem, is he's going like 24 hours in between feedings. He's not wanting to eat like he should. So we've got the DiaQ. We've already given him a dose of this, but I'm actually going to give him another dose. And then I also got on top of that. So hang on.
The DiaQ is electrolytes.
Yeah, the DiaQ is electrolytes. If he has a fever, that is what they told us to give him is the DiaQ electrolytes. We'll stop the fever. Kind of bring it down, help him feel a lot better, give him energy. This is a colostrum supplement and functional proteins, which he had a shot of this yesterday. You saw Chad give it to him. I'm going to give him another one. And then I'm also going to give him Duramate Calf, which is probiotics, enzymes, and vitamins.
Which we may not do all of this right now in the next 3 minutes.
Right.
But our source, other than a veterinarian, other than Lone Rock, who has raised many calves, many longhorns, but calves, longhorn calves specifically, Andrea at that Fit Advocate, Alex Templeton, our neighbor who you met, we got G-Dub, our neighbor. And then when we ran all his cows through our ArrowQuip shoot a couple weeks ago, you met a guy we called He-Man. H-Man is G-Dub's ranch hand. He went to school for cattle rearing, cattle handling, cattle medicine, okay? When we were running those cows through the chute, G-Dub, my neighbor, would literally say like yellow 83. And then H-Man would look up yellow 83 and what they had and how old they were. And he knew what meds that he or she needed like on the spot. Okay, that's what this kid does. Super smart, super intelligent. So we messaged him and he said, if his nose is dry, he has a fever. Don't take him back inside. This is a big one. Don't take him back inside because it'll only make you guys feel better. You, okay? Don't take him back inside. That can weaken them because then they become accustomed to that temperature. You can't bring them back out if there's another temperature drop. So there's that. He recommended the DiaQ. Scours, just so you know, yes, scours are dangerous. Yes, it can turn on a dime. But scours is when manure is like pouring out of their rear.
He does not have scours. I do believe, though, that he's got a bit of a fever. So he does not have scours, though. I can tell you guys that. I've seen it. I know he doesn't have scours.
When they're running and jumping and playing, which you guys didn't see in yesterday's video because it wasn't happening yet, it's not indicative. You can't have scours. Think about this, okay? Think about you run yourself to Taco Bell and you get some taco smell. Then you stop at the gas station, you get a big bag of Hershey's chocolates.
Too much of it, buddy.
Okay? What happens after everybody eats Taco Bell? Okay, then your belly's really cranking. And then you got the Hershey squirts, okay? Imagine trying to run, jump, swim, and play into a jumping jack when your belly after Taco Bell and Hershey's. That's equivalent of having scours. It might as well be cow C diff. Maybe that's what the C stands for.
That's so gross. Plus,
it's cow diff.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I've seen it. I've seen his bowel movements. They're not running.
It has one less scoop of powder in it than normal.
Yeah, so it's not as thick.
So he's really getting he's getting more medicine than he is powder. Shh. So we're going to let him take it all. Also, it is not uncommon for calves, whether it's cold or hot, to only eat once a day. And I'm talking like brand new calves like he was, right off of mom, okay? We know he got colostrum, okay? That's the first thing the hunter we know he got colostrum. That's the first thing some of the people we talk to ask. If he didn't have colostrum, he wouldn't be running, jumping, and hopping around, okay? His poo is also yellow and orange, which means he got colostrum, okay? but it's not, it's runny, but it's a cow pie runny. Okay, it's like the kind that plops and makes a Frisbee. That's what we got right now. It's actually a little more solid than that even.
Yeah.
Scours is straight like poopy butt. They can't keep it clean. It just pours out. When they drink, they poop at the same time. That's not what's going on. And also, we are not supposed to bring, get it, kid? We're not supposed to bring another calf in here. The person we're talking to was not worried about the pigs. Not that they can't pass things, but like the pigs would have to literally eat his poo to get sick. And honestly, if you eat someone else's poo and you get sick, that's on you. So there's a little gauge I'll show you here in a second. You push until that gauge is... I'll give you $5 to see if that tastes like cheese can. Canned cheese, try it. You know the kind you squirt on a Ritz cracker?
Boop, boop.
You know what I noticed? He's not his nose isn't near as dry as I thought it was, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But he is shivering, but that's what those electrolytes will help with.
Yeah.
See his nubs. Good job. How's that vitamin D, man? What's up, Izzy? So one thing Ray just mentioned, do you want to tell him again?
Yeah, he told us to...
Before he gets his calf antibiotics.
Yeah, before any antibiotics, vaccines, anything like that, make sure we
calf
get all
vaccines,
this.
thank you.
Yeah, make sure we get all this under control.
Because
He's got a fever, get electrolytes in him.
Because basically, if you don't know, when you get an antivirus or when you get a vaccine, it's basically got the virus in it that it's preventing, and then you build resistance to it and fight it.
No.
You don't want to be outside. But long story short, we don't want to give him anything that could harm him, that his body's not capable of fighting, even if it is a vaccine. So we want to get this squared away first. You know what's funny about them cows and Lucy getting out? Since I dug that trench, it's almost hard to open that gate this way. They managed to open it. I'll guarantee it was a donkey, but they managed to open that and push it forward. And that's hard to do right now.
Lucy was the...
Yeah.
She's the one who pushed it.
Well, you know what that tells me? If Lucy gets out again, I'm going to stick her with Little Dog. Because that's the only reason she would want out of there. It's a 20-acre pasture with hay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What is 13 months from now? March-ish? That's not a bad time to have a baby. Especially since we can put him in here now. And by this time next year, before it gets cold next year, there will be some form or fashion of lean-to in every pasture. Yeah. I shouldn't say every pasture. We might not do it in the top 8 because during the winter we like to have them either right there in the 5-acre or next to us in the, like where we can see them in the 4 or the 20.
Yeah, for sure. So
lifting hind legs, walking around, stuff like that. He's stretching tendons. He needs to get up and walk around. Shaking his head, all indicative of a fever, which the electrolytes will help with. So we just got to give it time. We're going to watch him. We got him we got a Frosty cam 24/7. You know what's funny is I did that noise and somebody said, hey, I know you think you're teaching him to do that, but just like human babies, he heard that when he was in the womb. He knows that means mom moves or does something. So they are born knowing what that is. It's like they say when you play classical music, when the baby's in the womb. You ever seen the moms with headphones on their bellies? Play classical music, make them smart? Yeah. I'm smarter person I know. My mom didn't do that, so I don't know about that. Now with Kyle, my mom watched a lot of SpongeBob. That took you way too long.
Oh my goodness.
You could press on his gums. I'm sure he'll love that. This is how you check for dehydration.
A little bit.
A little dehydrated.
Yeah.
But that's what the Gatorade is for. Izzy P.
That's why we're doing electrolytes.
Izzy P. Did I mess up your bed? Here. Did I mess up your bed? Did I mess it up? Oh, going down. Going down. Big pig. All right, let's see you do it with Izzy.
Dizzy will
With
not
Dizzy.
do this.
Goodness. Look how pretty. Oh, P.S. If you guys watch my dad, Grandpa Doss Farms, link down below. Yep, the same guy that hosed him and Mom on the firewood hosed me too. That's supposed to be seasoned lumber. Yeah, it's not even close. This I bought after buying that and realizing we got ripped off, but it's really not that much better. So I've become kind of a firewood, I've just become a student of it. I've had to, because we heat our front room with firewood, with wood. And I just don't know that most people around here know what seasoned wood is. Like, it's almost gray, and it really has very little bark on it. And it takes sometimes up to about 18 months. So we went through our seasoned lumber quick. I mean, I was able to get the thermostat in the front room, the great room, where we have a 17-foot ceiling and a 20 by 30 loft. I was able to get that great room thermostat to 76 degrees with that seasoned lumber. With that stuff, not even close, dude. Not even close. So that's pretty frustrating. And I've been buying firewood, and I know some of you may confuse you why we've been buying firewood. Well, because when we moved here in February, there was no way for me to have seasoned lumber. Does that make sense? Like, how do I have seasoned lumber? We just moved here less than a year ago. So now we have trees that we downed almost a year ago, almost, more like 10 months. And I'm gonna be able to split those here in about a month, and they will be fantastic timber for this time next year. But that's pretty frustrating, man. I ordered lumber from a guy on Facebook and told him to take my dad some, and he shorted us almost an entire rick, first off, both of us, and it wasn't seasoned at all. And the guy that brought me some seasoned a little bit later, it's about a year old. It needs another little bit to dry, maybe a good warm summer, just sitting out in the sun and the wind. It's better, but he took one look at that first load of the guy that hosed my dad and I and was like, yeah, that tree was standing a couple weeks ago. That's how green that lumber is that we got hosed on. So it's what it is, man. People be shady. It is what it is. I want to run back here and get this deer cam and see if it'll take a charge. I also want to grab a log that I've been telling you guys I want to get and take it up top. I believe it's hickory, but I want to take it up top and split some of it, see if it's any drier. It's been down for a while. I probably should have put a little bit of ballast on the back of this thing, like a bale, but I didn't, so we'll see what happens. You know what? I might as well see if I can pick up that deer blind while I'm back here. I'd love to spin that so that maybe I can actually hunt out of it. But I may have to move a log first. Yeah, I'm gonna need a saw. This is one of the logs I want to grab right here though. And I think this little one will be okay. That's not gonna tax the tractor too much. Oh no, that's not gonna hurt it. So I don't see that anyone has been back here today. No, somebody has at some point. Stinky Pinky. Kid you not, man. I'll walk back here to take that camera back inside and charge it, and the stinking thing tells me there's a person alerted at the deer cam. So it works. There's a lot of activity. They came from right over there. One thing I wanted to mention too, you guys have told me, oh yeah, they hammered this. Why didn't I get a notification? Look at that. They were all over this. Well, it's good news. It means the camera's working. Probably still needs a pretty significant charge, but I appreciate you guys telling me that you hunt the wind, which I knew, but like, if the wind's in your favor in all the spots, do you just pick one? Like, is that part of the hunt? Is that how it goes? Last night, the wind was coming from this direction, and the deer usually come from that direction. So I was definitely sitting in the wrong spot. Now, sometimes we get deer from both spots, but I really should have been in that blind, or I should have been across the farm on the other side entirely, hunting from over there, but that's okay. Live and learn. Oh, we did have a dozen turkeys this morning. All right, I forgot to show you, but I brought that log up here, and I traded the log for this tub, which I'm gonna take to Frank and the calves, because I kind of feel like they need something to eat out of, because their hay lives in a bale. All hay lives in a bale once you hate it. Because their hay lives in a bale feeder, there's nowhere for me to like dump cubes on the ground without them having to dig through the muck and the snow. And in the wet season, which we are now in until could be May or June, it's always going to be wet probably once or twice a week. So what I want to do is give them this trough, because I can always get another one, and we'll feed their cubes in that. So I'm really curious who opened that gate latch though. Really curious. Oh, and somebody, I forget your name, I apologize. I may see it before I edit this video. Somebody told me about something they use, which is a bit of PVC pipe that's oversized, like 4 inches. So like if water's not filling per se, the tube that you're using, it can't freeze. Like water's not going to expand to 4 inches over 4 feet if it's not sealed. So what they do is they rig up, I'll actually put the drawing right here. They rig up an oversized piece of PVC pipe, and you'd only have to run it about 2 feet, and it would just hang here and it would hang here, maybe with some baling wire. And then you wouldn't even need the hose. You would just turn this on and water would come out of the PVC pipe. Also, our buddy Rob, who's helped us in many ways, he messaged me last night and he said that a pressure tank won't do us any good getting more pressure up here, simply for the fact that they would fight against each other. It'd be like dueling pressure tanks. And that pressure tank at the bottom of the hill is plenty big enough, and not to mention we do have an average of about 6.7 gallons per minute at the farthest hydrant. So I'm not too worried about seeing if we need more pressure up here. Even though we've got snow on the ground, we've got, I've shown you before, I don't want to open it now, but we've got a Casa outdoor dual plug-in right there, and it's Wi-Fi, and it's actually talking to, see that little white thing next to the TV? It's actually talking to that router right there. And we're every bit of about 300 feet away, 350 feet. And I can turn off my water heaters. Also, to get really nerdy with you, talk nerdy to me. That's how I won Ray over, in case anybody's wondering. I use a program called Matter, M-A-T-T-E-R. And it allows me to tell a sensor I've got outside that if the temperature goes above 34 degrees, to turn those off, but you still have to have Wi-Fi to do it. I'll gladly link or share if you want to email me right here. I'll share you everything I use, but be prepared to spend some money on it. That's how it works, okay? My brothers and I have been in IT for a long time, okay? I'm a little out of the game, like to the tune of if I have a real question, I go ask Case now. Yeah, we're just, I know what works and I know what won't work, and yeah, we've got 3 different networks in our house. One for IoT, which is Internet of Things. So like my TV's on the same wave as my refrigerator, that tells my microwave my popcorn's done, like all that kind of stuff. So you might think it's kind of silly, but I can run my whole daggum house from anywhere in the world. All right, let's get this thing over there. Chad, what happens if the internet goes down? Well, the internet goes down and I have to get up and walk over and unplug something. Just how it is, but just how it is. Yeah, I shed the winter clothes.
It's hot out here.
Look at, you know what's gonna happen when Case finishes what he's doing? He's building a snowman. You know what's gonna happen though?
I know, I noticed.
They're gonna bark at the snowman.
Yeah.
Just waiting on the water troughs. For everybody that's always asking how big Frank is, look at him standing next to a little donkey. Even taters. And that's how you get grass out of your tank. You know what else is funny though? With our subscribers' age, and I'm aiming this at my dad too, if I go over there and film that water pouring out, it'll make half of them have to take a break and go pee.
Oh my goodness.
I said what I said, Grandpa. Let's be honest though, I gotta pee now, hang on. So somebody said something about the color of our water. Just so you know, this is not softened. It doesn't.
A ton of red iron in it.
Well, it doesn't go through the chlorinator. It doesn't go through the water softener. It doesn't go through anything. This is right out of the ground. And it's got a lot of iron in it, which is actually good for them, and not a lot. But as it comes out, the water is suspended, or I'm sorry, the iron is suspended in the water. If we come out here in about an hour, all the iron falls to the bottom and they're drinking basically clear water.
Yeah, so they're not actually getting a ton of iron that they like.
Correct.
None of it's gonna hurt them.
When we first moved out here, we were feeding them softened water, and in the middle of the summer, we legit, well, it wasn't middle of summer, we figured it out pretty early because you guys helped us, but we were feeding them softened water and we realized they hated it.
Yeah.
So we bypassed the filtration system. We had no idea. We'd never been on a well with this many cattle, and they started chugging the water because they love this actual hard water. But our chlorinator going into our house, we put water in that, and then it also draws from this same line after this line. And the water in our chlorinator, when it first fills, it looks like this. Now you put like distilled water in your chlorinator, but as it mixes, it actually pulls in and looks like there's a lot of iron, and you're like, holy cow, that's getting ready to go into our house. Mm-hmm. But it's not. After it settles, right, after it settles, it falls to the bottom, you don't see the red anymore, and then like once a month, I turn that tank sideways, the chlorinator tank, I turn it sideways, rinse it out, just like I do with these, which is how I broke that tank. Here's a big boy. You're a big boy. Look at a big old Angus knot. You know, like Cabela's half Great Dane, so she's got that Great Dane knot on her head.
Yeah.
Frank's a Great Dane Angus Highland. Look at that big old noggin. What is that thing? Bonk bonk. It's such a good boy. I'm glad he's settled down. As odd as it seems, I think people say, you know, this is on the menu, and I sound a little bit probably uncaring. I'm just trying to be funny, but like, hi buddy. I'm glad we're not eating him because he's mean. I'm glad he's like serving a purpose. We like him. We can get in there and mess with him now and hang out with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's fun. It's not like we're not removing a bad experience from the farm when he goes to freezer camp. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
So he just wanted to be be the boss. He couldn't be the boss in the big pen. They got swords on the sides of their heads. It's all right, buddy. It's all right, buddy. My name is Frankie. My name is Frankie. A little more on this end. Is that it? That's okay.
Sorry about that.
It sounds like there's still some in there, isn't it? Maybe, I don't know. Frank will lick the bag if you leave it in there. Are you knuckleheads gonna stand there and not let anybody else eat though? Taters, get out of there. Hey. Hey, did he live with the pigs for a little bit? That's why he's doing that. Taters! You got a snowball? Yeah. Hit him. Hit his butt. Get out of there! I know, the whole thing's off the ground. He's gonna smash it.
Oh, he just bent it.
You stinker. Oh my goodness, look at that. Yeah, that's a trick. We just had to get that, we had to get that feeder off the fence because the girls couldn't get in there. Did me or Nellie look like she's having twins?
No.
Now Honey was born April 5th.
Yeah.
So she's after Belle. So it should be Belle first and then Nellie. Anybody gonna fess up to who opened the gate earlier? Huh? Maximus? Oh man, if looks could kill, he'd charge right through that pen. Woo, that water's cold now. Nelly, your horns barely fit in frame.
It actually doesn't fit mine.
It's because you gotta turn on that 0.5.
Yeah, but then it makes your audio sound weird, no?
No.
It totally does.
No, when I watch your
Watch.
video, I
See
feel like
what
I'm
you
gonna,
can see.
I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Oh, well.
Well, that's because you're filming with your wrong hand. You got the speaker cupped.
Oh, you want me to...
Yeah.
Now I gotta flip it over.
Yeah. I've only been doing this 5 years, I know.
That's not comfortable to hold it like this, though.
I'm
Because now
sorry.
I'm cupping the speaker again.
Hey, what is it? Is it about your comfort or the subscribers' comfort?
My comfort.
Mm.
They can't get content if I'm not comfortable.
Have fun with that. Yeah. Nelly, how's that water? How's that H2O? Is it good stuff?
You gotta be close.
Is it good stuff? Hmm? Tipsy just gonna hit every tree on the way up the hill.
Yeah, she is.
Fiona. I still haven't seen June. Is she behind Glory? No, that's Bunny. Maximus, you're supposed to lick it. It's selenium. Now we know he's the one that knocked over the protein buckets.
He's determined to get that thing out of there.
Yeah. Everybody's like, get him a barrel. Get him something to push around. Dude, there's dead trees all over the place.
He just wanted the bottom of it.
Oh, it's, yeah. Well, the top's too dry. Oh, Tipsy went back to the first tree. Let's see what they're doing.
It looked like they were running on each other's faces.
They're fighting for the tiny tree, I guess.
All right. So, Ray is somewhere in there, in the trees. But we noticed that June was missing. So we're currently trying to find June. Other than looking a little puffy yesterday. But we just fed the calves some cubes 20 minutes ago. And all the big cows came up. Except for June. So she's somewhere. Should meet up with Ray out here somewhere. Hang on. We didn't bring the side-by-side because we didn't want anybody following us. The other thing we're up against out here is how thick this is right through there. So this is essentially the middle of the property, and it's so thick. I mean, I guarantee we have deer bedded down in there right now that feel completely safe. We're out here where we've been 100 times. But if June's bedded down in there, it'll be kind of hard to draw her out. Well, I thought I saw her. You want to hold my hand or you're gonna be all right? It's just real slick. I thought I saw her. Well, I know I saw her this morning before I filled up the water trough. But for her to actually get off the property, She would have to go down to the creek
Yeah, sure.
because there's nowhere else to go. Remember when I wanted to come this way the first time and you were like, no, she's going to be back over here. Yeah, I told you she's going to be down here.
I'm sorry. I'm about to fall over a rock.
So this is where Sunny had her calf, was back in here. There she is right there.
Do you really see it?
Yep.
Where? How in the world?
You see her?
No. Oh, yeah, I do.
Let's go look.
What is she doing?
I remember we were almost able to ride June before she had Frank. This is just so people know, we've never like set foot on this land right here. Look at that hill. I had no idea. Goodness. Hey, be very, very careful because if you step on leaves on a rock, like see this?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, you'll go all the way to the bottom of that hill. You all right? You okay? Hi. What's it doing? We're very, very puffy. Very puffy. Man, if I had a glove. I don't think, yeah, she hasn't had it. This is not normal. Like I know you guys can't tell, but there's no dung up here. They don't come in here for nothing.
We've never even been in here.
No. Feel it. 100%. 100%.
Well, I'm proud of you for holding out. It's supposed to be warm. I'm
Yeah.
sweating right now.
This is like the waiting room.
Oh, yeah.
The expecting daddy. Do you know what time it is? Por favor.
202.
2:02. There's no baby at this time. She keeps walking away from us, but she's chewing her cud. She doesn't appear to be like Tipsy was, where she's like in pain or uncomfortable. I mean, Tipsy was like laying down, getting up, laying down, getting up. June just walks away from us. We have no choice but to go in and edit this video. I know I did this last time June gave birth, but remember when Princess was born, I told you guys there might be a calf and I would do my very best to get it in at the very end of the video, and I did. So I need you to cut me some slack, okay? June is not ready at the time we're uploading this video. I think it's gonna be a little bit.
You know, in my opinion, I think she just started.
For sure.
Because she was just up here not too long ago. And then, of course, while we're filling the waters and we don't see her, we went to go find her. She's now isolated herself, so I think it just started.
For sure.
So be patient.
Look at this sweet antler I found. Look at that.
We did, yeah.
That thing is huge, man. Hope he still lives here.
That's a big buck.
Yep.
Hopefully he, you know, that's a shed and he'll be back next year with even bigger ones.
And I gave it the dirt a pretty good turnover. This was all that was there. And it looks like it's been chewed on, so I'm guessing maybe a dog or a coyote chewed on it a little bit. So anyway, that's what we know. But we promise, as soon as something happens, you guys will know. All right? See ya.